welcome back to another video. My name is Aaron and I help people expand their consciousness. Now in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you the science behind the law of attraction and understanding how we can powerfully apply it. Now this explanation is going to go a little bit deeper, and it's mainly going to be understanding how our brain works so that then we perceive ourselves of attracting more opportunities in our life that reflect back to us the law of attraction. So with this, for example, and the first thing I want to say just to give this context is that I believe more powerful than just simply the law of attraction is that our beliefs are creating our experiences. So depending upon what we believe to be true, that will be something that we always draw more upon, and that is something that we will always have reflected back to us. So knowing that and keeping that in mind, when I explain the law of attraction, realize it's about also understanding that our beliefs go into the process. Now, for example, somebody that doesn't believe that the law of attraction works is honoring their own belief system, and because they don't believe that it works, they are getting a reflection back in their life of the law of attraction not working. Now, of course, if that's their perspective, what they are getting is a reflection of that belief, and they are attracting to themselves more experiences that prove that the law of attraction doesn't work, and that based upon it, it's something that becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. Now, in the same way, on the other side of that are the people that believe and are experiencing the law of attraction for themselves. Now, the law of attraction then becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy and something that we experience more and more of. And the power behind this is knowing that beyond just the law of attraction is our beliefs about what we believe to be true, and whichever perspective we have is the perspective that is reflected back to us. So the reason I say this is because just knowing this idea alone allows us to then understand it from a much deeper level, and allows us to see why one person might say that it doesn't exist and experience the reflection of that in their life, of there not being synchronicities or them not perceiving of those kind of experiences, to someone that does. And that comes all from this science that I'm about to share with you. Now, this isn't deep science, this is just understanding the neuroscience of how our brain works, and it has to do with understanding the RAS, or the reticular activating system in our brain. Now, the RAS is what we could call our selective focus. So if we are to look around this room right now, and this is something, or look around your room, something Tony Robbins does all the time. If you look around your room right now and you were to look for things that were brown, you would look around right now, look for things that are brown. You would do that for maybe 10, 15, 30 seconds. You would find a whole bunch of things that were brown. And if I were to then ask you to close your eyes and ask you what things were you looking for, and you were looking around, what can you remember that was red? Now, most likely you wouldn't remember much at all that was red because of where your RAS was tuned. You were tuned onto the things that were brown. Now, in the same way, you would look around your room and look for the red, and it would be the same type of thing. Your selective focus would look for it, and you would find more and more of it. Now, to put this at a deeper level, that is what is always reflecting back to us and showing us experiences, showing us opportunities that are resonant to that selective focus. So for example, if I was focused on the perspective and maybe something happened early on in my day where someone treated me a certain way, and maybe they treated me in a rude way, for example, and I were to go around and then think about that and then attract more people that would reflect that behavior back to me, that could be because I am tuned to it, I am focused on it, therefore I'm finding more and more people of it, and at the same time, I am almost through my own state of being, I am getting that reflection back because I am projecting it. I am embodying that expectation, so in a way it draws that out of other people. And this gets to when I talk a lot about the self-image. Our self-image is something that's projected out to other people, that other people are picking up on and then responding to us based upon that self-image that we have. So in the same way, if I have a perspective on the other side of that that says that everyone is very nice, very generous, as I go out into the world, I am looking for those, maybe even at subconscious levels, but that will constantly bring more and more through, and I will then perceive of it more and more as well. And also, my state of being will be different because I will feel differently about people that are acting very nice to me versus people that don't, therefore attracting more and more of that into my life. So realize that this is about understanding the focus and the state of being that we're in. Now let's take this to understanding if we believe and have a thought about ourselves that says that maybe we want a certain type of experience in our life, maybe we want to attract ourselves towards creating more abundance in our life. So what happens is we have that thought, we're holding that within our own, like within ourselves. We go out into the world and we are focused on it. Maybe we aren't directly focused on it 24/7, but we have a general intention for it. What will then happen is as we go out into the world and we are looking for it, if an opportunity does come up that will fulfill that intention, what we then begin to do is we know to take action on it. Once again, it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, and that comes to pass because we are opened up to it, we have an expectation of it, and then we are going to experience more of it. So the power of this whole video is knowing that our selective focus is constantly looking for things that reaffirm what we believe to be true and that are bringing more and more upon of that perspective. You'll notice that a lot of your friends are people that normally will reflect your beliefs back to you, and they will reaffirm a lot of what you believe to be true. A lot of that has to do with our selective focus, and then the conversations go in that direction. They are always reflecting back to us those perspectives, and that's why it's so important in understanding what we are focused on, what our intentions are, and how that is affecting the kind of opportunities that we perceive in our life. So my intention behind this video was to take it a step further than just the law of attraction and the way that it's perceived and maybe The Secret or the way it's often explained, and understanding that whether we think we can or we can't, we're right in both because of that being a self-fulfilling prophecy, and that our selective focus will then draw upon more and more experiences. We'll draw those experiences out of people, out of the circumstances, and out of the environment, and that when we become aware of that, we can then tailor our intention and what we are predominantly focused on. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Feel free to like this video if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't already, and as always, I will see you guys on the next video. Peace, much love, namaste. All right, bye.